Welcome back. Today's video is going to be a makeup declutter. Now, I don't declutter my makeup a lot. I say that in all of my declutter videos because I typically only do 1 or 2 declutter videos per year because I don't want to get rid of something if it's something I like, even though I have a large makeup collection. But if it's something that I'm just not going to use, it needs to go. So none of these are bad products, of course, and if they are in good condition, I will give them to a friend. This is also going to slightly be a chopping block because there are 3 things that I pulled out that I was considering decluttering, but then I couldn't decide. So I figured I would mention those at the end, and then maybe I'll update in a few months, kind of see how I feel. So yeah, if you're new, I hope you'll subscribe. I love makeup. It's fun. I really, really enjoy it. But yeah, I'm going to let these products go and let's get into it. I just had to look through some of my cream blushes and just found some that were quite old. And this is one of them. I've had this for several years. This is the Palladio 2-in-1 Lip and Cheek Tint. It's a very nice cream blush. I have nothing against it. This is in the shade Sweetheart. It's very, very pretty. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of drying out and kind of hard to get on the skin. And I've had this for a while. Cream products definitely expire much faster than powder products, so I want to be careful with that. So that one is going to go. Another very old cream blush that I have decided I need to let go is this one from AOA Studio. This is $1 on the Shop Miss A website, and it's a really good cream blush, but I've just had this now for like 4 years, maybe more. And so I need to let it go. I've used it quite a bit. This is only $1 and it's so good. This is in the shade Cupid. I have nothing against this blush. It's getting old and I have a lot of other cream blush. So, you know. Here's something that I actually don't love. This is from Smashbox. This is their Kohl waterproof liner. This I did get this in PR and I kind of just don't think it's like the best eyeliner ever. And it's like not even, oh my gosh, I can't even get this to open up. It's just, I mean, swatched there, it seems fine, just like a black eyeliner, but I find this when I'm actually trying to put this on, it's a very dry formula and I don't really wear eyeliner that often anyway. I would maybe smudge this on the lower lash line, but I have a different eyeliner from ColourPop that is also in black and I think it works better. So yeah, it's just not something I'm going to use. This is something, it's also from Smashbox. This is unfortunate because I let this mascara dry out. This is totally my fault. This is a good mascara, but I just didn't use it enough when I got it. And now it's like I try to put some on my lashes and nothing is happening. So that's really sad. It's my own fault. You have to be careful with mascara. But yeah, it's just dried up. It's not working, which is sad. Again, this is a good mascara. I'm disappointed in myself that I did not use this more when, you know, it was still good. But yeah. And I have another story just like that, another mascara that I let dry out. This was a free gift with purchase from Ulta last year, probably a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago. And it's the Milani highly rated anti-gravity mascara. And it got put in a drawer and I forgot that I had it and I never used it. And I pulled it out last week and I was like, oh, I need to use that mascara. And again, it's just dry, like nothing is happening. It's not showing up on the lashes. It's my own fault. I was excited to try this out and yeah, I just let it go to waste. So that is my own fault. I'm trying to learn from my mistakes here. Here's something that I don't love. I don't love this, okay? This is from Sydney Grace. This is their lip gloss in the shade Nicole. It's kind of a shimmery gloss. I got this in the mystery bag that I ordered last year. I love everything else that I got in that, but it's a shimmery gloss, which is just, it's not my favorite. Yeah, I don't know. I've tried it a couple times. Whoa, that was loud. Weird. That was a strange noise. Yeah. It's whatever. I don't love it. I love the Sydney Grace eyeshadows and their cream blushes are so good. And I have a different one of their glosses that's in a cream formula that I love, but that shimmer one, it's not for me. It's not for me. Here's a lip product that I'm also getting rid of that I just don't really use this. This is from ColourPop, the Just a Tint in the shade Give Me Some More. There's nothing wrong with these, but this is just, it's too light of a shade for me. I don't like shades this light. And because this is like a tint formula, it's not super high pigment. So even trying to put this on like in the center of the lips to maybe lighten up a lip color, it doesn't really work because it doesn't have a lot of pigment. So this is kind of a pointless product for me. I do have another shade in a deeper shade that I really, really love. But this in like a sheer formula, I don't know. It's just, it's not for me. It's not for me. And so I'm not going to use it. Whoops. Okay. Well, that fell on the floor. This is from Smashbox, and this is their cream shadow. And this is a good product. It's just not a me product. I don't really wear this type of thing very often. And it's fine, but it's like a terracotta shade, which I don't know. If I'm going to wear something like this, I would just pull out like a powder eyeshadow. And so I've tried this and it seems fine. But it's not for me. If I'm going to wear a liquid eyeshadow, it's going to be something that's like metallic, that's going to stand out. Whereas this, I would rather just use a similar shade in a powder eyeshadow and it would just be a lot easier to use. Okay, only one palette is getting decluttered in this video, and that is this one. This is the ColourPop Clear the Air. I like this. It's a nice peachy palette. I have a million shades like this, so I can just give it to someone else. It's perfectly fine, but I have so many palettes. I mean, honestly, if you saw my eyeshadow palette collection video from a month ago, you're probably like, well, you probably have like 50 palettes you should declutter. But I love my palettes, I do. And even this, I like it and I've used it quite a bit. I just feel like I've used it enough. I have similar shades. It's not my like #1 top favorite palette, so moving on. Okay, those are the for sure declutters. But I have 3 items that I'm saying are kind of on the chopping block, and I just can't decide. So I want to pull them out, use them, see what I think. First up is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Now, if you watched my Project Pan last year, you would know I was using this bronzer almost every single day. I have hit pan on it. I've used it so much. I like it. There is nothing wrong with it. I've had it for several years. It's a powder product, so I'm not afraid that it's going to go bad anytime soon. I just have other bronzers and I don't know. Part of me is like, is it worth keeping around? But I do like it. I've used it so much. I kind of feel like I have gotten my money's worth out of it, honestly, even though I obviously am nowhere close to finishing this. I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about it. So I'm going to kind of think it over and see how I feel. This, I just have not used this hardly at all. I bought the Unearthly Cosmetics Valentine's Day box last year. And this is the glowing blush palette that came in that. And these are 3 pretty glowy blushes. Now, they look more glowy in the pan than on the face. There is a sheen there, but they're definitely not as shimmery looking as when you look at them here. You're like, whoa, those look metallic. They're not that shimmery. They are pretty. I have a lot of powder blush and I've had this for a year and I just have hardly reached for it. But when I did use it, I liked it. So again, I'm just kind of not sure about it. This is definitely not a product I would have gone out and purchased myself, which is something to be said about mystery boxes. Of course, we should all know that it's a mystery. You don't know what's going to be in it. So, I mean, it's a fun way to try new products, but I probably wouldn't have gone out and purchased an all shimmer blush palette. So, you know, something to think about, which again, this is why this year I did not buy their mystery box because I also had a bad reaction to their lipsticks. I liked the eyeshadow palette, but this I'm on the fence about. And then the lipsticks gave me a bad reaction. So, you know, not the best $100 I've ever spent, let me tell you that. But hey, I learned my lesson. I didn't order it this year. Anyway, it's pretty. So I figure, you know what, I'm just going to pull this out, use it, see how I feel. and decide later on. And then another blush palette. I've had this for years. This is from Shany Cosmetics. I bought a set of these on Amazon years ago, and I like this one. This is the last one that I have left in my collection. I have decluttered the rest. As one would imagine, I didn't reach for them as much as I thought I would. But the shades in here are really pretty. I haven't used this in over a year. But the shades are really pretty. This one here looks like a really, oh, that's pretty. It's a very nice pinky mauve blush. Oh, that's a nice shade. So I'm already leaning towards not decluttering this, but I need to actually use it. Like, what is the point of having it if I'm not using it? So this one, the Shany Blush Palette, I'm going to think about this. The Surrender Glowy Blush Palette from Unearthly Cosmetics. I do not buy blush palettes anymore, obviously, because I never use them. I rarely buy face palettes to begin with anymore. I have learned my lesson from the past. Now, if I buy a face palette, I want to make sure that I would use all the shades in there. And also, I tend to prefer ones like the Hourglass palettes where you've got a combination of like highlighter, blush, bronzer. I just feel like I get a lot more use out of those palettes than an all blush palette or an all highlighter palette. Gone out and bought a palette like that in a very, very long time, which, hey, I'm proud of myself that I learned my lesson and realized that I just don't reach for those type of products. But this, like I said, I got in the mystery bag, and this I bought many, many years ago. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to think about it with these and the butter bronzer, and I'll update on that at some point. But the rest of the stuff, I'm just not using it. So this isn't some huge major declutter, but you know, it's good to do a little spring cleaning. If you're new, I hope you'll subscribe. Have you guys decluttered anything recently? Let us know. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a great day.